Hello Facebook.
Hello everybody.
Galway. This is Browne from Galway band Back West. We'll introduce him a few more times as the hour goes on. But you can see you've got 0 viewers at the moment, but that'll jump up now shortly, hopefully.
Okay.
Loads of people are back at work, so
Yeah,
lots of people watch this kind of later on in the evening and kind of stuff like that. You know?
everything has opened up.
Yeah.
Everything's open to bar the pub. Everyone I think was looking forward to that today. Still the weather is nice, so
Right.
play a few jigs.
Yeah.
Daddle da daddle day do. It's Mist Covered Mountain,
I don't know.
and I think the one after it is
Shanawak.
Tube Station.
That's it.
One of John Carty's.
Yeah.
Who? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Welcome everybody, live in Galway in my sitting room, and this is Browne.
Hello everybody. Good to see you all.
And his sister Maureen play with the band Back West.
Woohoo!
But I was just thinking as we were playing, we used to be in a band. Do you remember?
I do.
Long time ago.
Is that the one that was?
Did it have names though?
I'm trying to think.
At what age? It's. I was in college, so it's at least 22 years ago.
Brought me back to the 90s there when we were playing that tune, and I was saying we're probably too young to be saying back to the 90s. It's kind of like Back to the Future. I'm not going to say any more about the ins and outs of that.
Matthew's 10, right, my son, and he will go, I'll say, let's watch Forrest Gump. When was it made? Was it in olden times?
No, I do feel really old. It's like back to the 80s used to be something that you'd say to yourself, wow, that's a long time ago, but back to the 90s.
Olden times.
Olden times, yeah. What was the name of the band? Can you remember?
I don't know. Did we have a name? We played on the telly. Do you remember? We played on
Echo Island.
Echo Island. Yes. With Darragh O'Brien was presenting it.
That's right. Yeah.
And there was a parakeet or a parrot or something.
whistled along out of tune while we were playing tunes.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's a long time ago.
Yeah, that was when I was in fourth year in college, so that's 1998 or 97. Maureen must have been only a kid at that stage. 15 or 16 kind of.
I can't even do the maths on it, like, but
Yeah.
it just seems like a long time ago.
What
Things
was it
have
like?
kind of progressed a lot since then.
That's a lifetime ago. Oh yeah. So cameras there. Hello everybody. I've my laptop beside me this evening, so
We can see ourselves on this side as well as seeing you out there.
There's loads of people on. Hello everybody.
Greetings from a sunny Galway where the sun has been out all day today. It's been
Yeah.
absolutely fabulous, and we hope you're all safe and well where you are.
I swam with the sea today.
Did you? I did yesterday down at Tremor
Did you?
Beach, and it was absolutely gorgeous. The water was freezing. I came out to be the rest of the day
Well,
to warm up, but
I wore a wetsuit because I'm a complete wuss.
that's cheating. That's not allowed.
I did. I got my head wet, so that counts.
You have to go straight in the boxers and stay in for at least 10 minutes and then come out and try and warm up.
Matthew went in yesterday. We were in out near Dogs Bay.
Beautiful, yeah. It's
And
gorgeous.
he spent the whole time going, "Why won't you come in?" And I'm like, "Because I'm a complete wuss." And he's shivering. "You should come into the water. It's so nice." And I'm like, "It's cold."
I felt like that. It took me about 20 minutes to get in, and then I tried to stay in for the 10 minutes just to prove to myself that I could. And then,
Just wetsuit, man.
yeah, I must look into it.
It was gorgeous.
Yeah.
But it was easy for me to say. I was lying back in the water this morning, like floating, and all of these girls are running in, all the Dubliners that are down like for the weekend, and they're all, "It's so cold," and I'm like, "It's gorgeous." And they're like, "You're wearing a wetsuit."
It's easy to say it's not cold when you have that on. Brilliant.
Let's play. We'll play some reels.
Do, yeah.
You have to pick them.
Always.
Yeah. And what I said before we started, you have to play them at 30% of your normal speed so I can keep up.
Well, I'm still cold from the water yesterday, so I suppose that's going in our favour. Will we try George White's maybe? And
Are the nice easy ones there?
there, yeah.
Right.
Right.
I know the name. I must know the tune.
Give it a go. as well back in the 90s. Do you remember? We were part of that.
Yeah. Well, I'm wondering, does it sound okay? Can you hear everything talking and everything? Toe tapping. That was like as if we...
toe tapping tunes. It was like
as if we practiced it. Rhonda Carmen is in Maryland, or Maryland, as we call it here.
Maryland.
She's in Annapolis. She says the pool temperature yesterday was 82, which is 28 degrees.
Well, that's a lot warmer than the sea temperature in Tramore Beach.
They say turn down the pool. She couldn't swim in.
You float like being on a lilo.
Oh, that's funny. So, 20 years ago, let's go back. It's all archival.
This is a time machine today, folks. We're in a time machine.
You recorded on my first album, which was in the year 2000.
Was it 2000 you recorded that?
Yeah.
I was thinking about it in the car coming up there a while ago, actually, and I was saying, I was pick it up.
Yeah.
And
it was subliminal messaging to tell people to buy it.
at the time that you were recording, it was recording LNG up in Longford, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I remember going up, actually, it was a Saturday morning just to pop up. Can you remember the tunes we played? We'll have to do the tunes we played.
One of them was the Big Reel of Ballinaccarrigy. But I don't know, I can't remember what I went into.
And we did a tune in A major.
We finished with the Red Haired Lass.
That's the Red Haired Lass, isn't it?
Yeah.
What was first then?
Big Reel of Ballinaccarrigy was first. I played along with it recently, so I put it on headphones and it's like a million miles an hour.
So, does that mean that because we are now playing it 20 years later, we have to allow for that third deduction in speed? We're slowly coming towards that age that we have to slow down.
Yeah, because I did a video recently with Gerry O'Connor, and it was one of his tracks, the not the contradiction, I can never remember the name of it. And like he had recorded it. His stuff was really fast when he recorded it.
Yeah.
And we were chatting, and he was like, "How did I play this fast?"
3-in-1 oil for the fingers.
Yeah. It's Gerry's 60th birthday today. So if you're watching Gerry,
happy birthday, Gerry!
And I have a clip of a chat with Gerry to show later on. Because we did a full hour interview with him and it's brilliant.
And we've a piece of apple tart here if you fancy popping down.
Yeah, come on by.
Come down, we'll have a tune.
We don't have a swimming pool at 82 degrees.
Session from the 90s.
8.2 degrees is the swimming pool. You want to try that one?
Do, yeah. And go into the Red Hairs.
What's the worst that can happen?
We speed up.
If anybody has any requests, send them in and we won't play them.
We probably don't know them anymore.
We'll have to look them up. Session.org.
Get the tunes first, quick. We didn't forget them. I'd say it's probably 20 years ago since we played them.
It is 20 years ago since I played the first one.
Yeah,
for sure.
Great tune.
Great tune. Do you remember when we went into the second tune, which I couldn't remember, and we left a bar of silence, or a half a bar of silence, and then we played it. And the funny thing was, at the time, it was highly controversial.
The fact that we left the silence, does it sound like we skipped?
The fact that we basically skipped a bar and then started the second tune bar. That's how.
That was just our thought process at the time.
That was made sense at the time,
and it was and it worked out okay. I think.
Somebody, Catherine in Wisconsin. Do you want to play Happy Birthday on the box for Catherine?
Happy birthday to you. I will.
We are not singers, so Catherine, you'll be very glad we won't sing. So this is for Catherine in Verropa in Wisconsin.
Birthday.
We should record that and license it. That was awesome.
Woo.
Massey Griffin says if that was the slow version, I'd have broken a hip on the fast one. So anyway, that's the crack. Catherine says thank you. Well, you're very welcome. Have a lovely birthday.
Yes.
I'm going to play. So Brendan plays with a band called Back West. Tell us a little bit about Back West.
Back West. Well, that's a band myself and my sister Maureen are in. We kind of set it up back in 2016 after a series of gigs in town, and we went on to record our debut album, which was The Long Walk, and we really enjoyed making that. We made it in the old Forge studio there down in near Mill Street, and unfortunately the studio has since folded, but we got the opportunity to go in again a second time and record our latest album, which is the Heritage Hall album, which we released last year, and we've enjoyed playing music together for years, and I suppose it was time to try and put something into the archives musically, and the product of that then was the two albums that have come out. So the band has been going really well. We did our maiden voyage tour to the States back in 2018, where we played at the Chicago Gaelic Park Festival. Hello John Devitt, if you're looking in, and all the gang over there, and it's been kind of a roller coaster ride since, because we've played at a lot of different festivals. We've been on the road a fair bit with it.
Did you play in Milwaukee last year?
We did Milwaukee Irish Festival last year. It was brilliant. Yeah, we were part of the showcase bands that came over.
Yeah,
Galway 2020, which was this year was supposed to be, and I suppose it still is a huge year for Galway, even though circumstances have changed slightly in relation to what we had hoped would happen in relation to the year-long festivities that had been planned and set forward, but then the COVID situation pretty much cast a shadow over that. But I think it's only temporarily. I think the Galway crew are still working away in the background on trying to bring the programme to fruition, and to try and get as much of it as possible, subject to the health restrictions that are out there. Hopefully.
So did you have much touring this year?
We had stuff, yeah. We were supposed to be at the Ortiguera Festival just this weekend gone over in Spain. We were to play at that, and then
dying to do that.
Yeah, super festival. And we were Ballyshannon again this year. Hello to John, Meehan and all the crew up in Ballyshannon. They always look after us when we're up there.
You're not a politician, no?
I'm not, no, but I just have to say hello to everybody. I'm trying to.
You should be a politician. I'm impressed you can remember people's names. I'm like, what? I can't remember the name of the tune.
Yeah, no, I'm not too bad on the names. My own name now, every now and again, I have to work on that one. But
well, you used to have it written on the front of your book.
I used to, yeah. That was the reason why it was right down the centre part of it. But so Ballyshannon was teed up this year, and unfortunately that isn't going to go ahead, because like most of the festivals, they've all been cancelled or postponed, is the way I would like to see it. Like we there was a video I think went out on Facebook and YouTube last weekend for Ortiguera, just inviting everybody to the festival next year, and a lot of the bands I think that were booked to play at the festival for this year are going to be back next year. So it's just a case of everyone's life has been put on pause.
I think my favourite video on YouTube is the band Can, Kan, and they have a track called Night Ride to Armagh, and it's recorded at the Ortiguera Festival.
Cool.
and I watch it once a month.
Yeah.
Just anytime you want to just get a real drive of energy. The crowd is insane.
Yeah. It's a great place to play. No more than Milwaukee. I mean, Milwaukee was fabulous as well last year to perform it and play at it. And I mean, it's huge. It's huge.
I'm gonna play a video of Back West, so you can get a
check us out
for what they're like. They're excellent. So have a listen to this. Jeez, that's awful fancy, Brendan.
That was the Crooked Road to Dublin set.
Yeah, you see, you were doing grand till you showed scenes of Dublin, and I was like, boo.
But we started in Galway, and you got to see all of the beautiful views of Claddagh and the Claddagh area, and then we got on the motorway, or the twisty, windy road that brings you from Galway to Dublin. So we ended up in Dublin at the very end of it. So hello to all the people in Dublin that are watching us.
Boo, Dublin sucks. Dublin, Ohio is great. What was I going to say? Have you got CDs?
We have CDs. I think there's a few left from the tour last year. I think there's more to print. The Long Walk is out of print, but we hope to have it back in. It's www.backwestmusic.com.
Backwestmusic.com.
Say hello to us. Check us out. Give us a like. We're on Facebook, YouTube. We have a YouTube channel with about 4 videos on it. So we're not quite.
That's one of them.
That's one of them. And if you probably check it out, there's probably 2 or 3 there as well.
I will say that Luca Bloom released an album during the week, and he's not putting it on streaming services.
Okay.
Because if you put an album on the likes of Spotify, artists that are at our level, or in Luca Bloom is a couple of steps up, get about 0.000 of a cent, 1 of a cent for each play. So he is leaving it only as a physical CD. Because, as he said, his sister and Claire packs all the CDs and posts them and handwrites the envelopes. So, backwestmusic.com. Buy an actual CD. It'd be awesome.
Get in touch with us.
Yes.
Send us an email. We'll sign it and send it back to you.
Yeah, you'll sign it next year.
And we'll get Enda to sign it as well to say Enda was here, and we put a little dot on it.
Yeah. If you send me a copy of your signature, I can sign anything. Checks, preferably.
More tunes?
Yeah, play another set of jigs.
Okay, another set of jigs. Seeing as we're in Connacht, will we try the Connacht Ones Rambles?
Lovely. A or D?
That's D, isn't it? And where do we go afterwards?
Doberman's Wallet.
We do something in between.
Do something in between, that's a good idea.
Okay. So D something and then D again.
Yeah, I'll leave something up to you.
2, 3, 4. have a tune with you again. It's been too long.
For a long time.
And we don't actually live that far out. I was getting caught in traffic coming out through Salthill today because everybody's at the beach, and I was saying, what's the quickest way up there? And then I was watching the time, and I said, I'm going to be late, and he's going to kill me because I'm always late for everything. And then I was thinking about it when I came in. I said, actually, not that far away.
No, not far away at all. No.
And yet we haven't played.
But Chicago is full of musicians.
Yeah, it is actually. Always was.
Yeah.
It was always a great spot for music and tunes. And
Sharon Shannon is 5 minutes from here, and Maureen Fahey is about 3
just down the
minutes.
front, yeah.
Loads of.
We'll have to have an almighty hoolie in the park.
We could do that in the back garden, actually.
We
In
did.
a socially distant live session. Jesus, that's giving me great ideas.
We will do it.
Great stuff.
And the coffee is good as well.
All right.
We're on the coffee.
Just the mad things popping into my head as I was playing there. You used to look like Tom Cruise, and you had the first mobile phone of any musician in Ireland. It's like I have no reference for Brendan in the current era. In olden times,
Tom Cruise with a mobile phone.
yeah.
So if Tom Cruise, if you're listening in, text us later on.
But you had the first mobile phone. It was one of the ones that had you had
It was
to
like
make
a
battery
concrete
in it.
block. You had to plug it into the car charger to charge it up.
And you were busking in Galway.
We're back in the
Oh, that's going back now. When yourself and Maureen used to busk, and you had a little sign, and Maureen was as cute as a button playing the fiddle. Busking for a new fiddle.
And she got the new fiddle.
She
Thank
got
you to
that.
the people of Galway.
I got a new fiddle and a house.
She got 2 new fiddles. And I got a squeeze box.
A private jet.
You put it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's back when that was actually pre-pedestrianised Galway, because I remember at the time that
Told you the dog was going to start barking.
he wants to join the session here, where he's enjoying the crack from across the wall there. He's enjoying the tunes and wants to come over and tell us that he wants to be part of this.
Yeah. Hey, let's play another couple of tunes, and then I'm going to let you go and finish off with a clip from Gerry O'Connor.
Okay.
We have to drown out the dogs.
Couple of reels or jigs or relos.
Or Lagara.
Yeah. Something in
Fake my natural.
Go to something now.
Pinkies? It's like going to a flat hole 20 years ago. All the kids were playing.
Follow us into
Finish up with Dinkies!
follow us into the time warp. We're off.
It's the last time I played a session. It's like there's loads of really cool tunes, but no, let's go and play.
We have to bring you out more often. The away leg now will be in my house next week.
Okay.
We'll do it on the Back West channel, and everybody's. I'm gonna stop now. Quit while I'm ahead. Where were we again? Fergal O'Gara's. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jazzy.
Thank you so much for coming in. That was amazing.
Thanks a million. It's great to have a tune with you again.
Check out backwestmusic.com.
Thanks a million. Thanks for having us.
All 4 videos on YouTube.
All 4. We might have a 5th one after tonight. And stay safe, everybody.
Yes.
Look after yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you soon.
Wonderful.
Slán from Galway.
All right, so today is the birthday, 60th birthday of a wonderful banjo player called Gerry O'Connor. My biggest influence growing up, without a shadow of a doubt. And I had a long chat with Gerry a couple of weeks ago. And the full interview is an hour long, and I have it all done, and it's really, really good. It's actually very, very funny because Gerry is hilarious and highly, highly entertaining. So what I decided to do, I'm going to show you a short clip of it now just to give you a taster. And then the whole interview is going to be on We Banjo 3's YouTube channel at the end of this. So basically at 7 o'clock Irish time or 2 o'clock Eastern time, or all the time zones.
In the time machine.
When you finish here, head on over to our YouTube channel and do watch it. It's very, very funny. Gerry is just a scream. So I'm going to play a little bit of it now, just to give you a taster of what it was like. If I can find my mouse, there you are. So this is a short clip of a chat with Gerry O'Connor. All right, so how you doing?
Good. Yeah.
Are you enjoying? You're not home very often, are you? Or are you home a lot of the time? And this is.
I'll be home forever.
Would you choose to be at home forever at this stage?
That's a difficult question to answer, and it's surreal, isn't it? I mean, there's an apprehension on one side that, will there ever be work again in the larger venues that we're used to, and that we sort of use as a sort of what would you call it, like
income?
Yeah, well, as a measurement of, your career is developing. Like musicians tend to do that. You move from little folk clubs of 50 people, then you get into one that's 200 people, then you go to one that's 500, thousands, and you know what I mean. And it seems to be like almost a token of your success that you measure the size of the venue. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Like the band that I've been playing with, the Dublin Legends, it's an older, more mature audience. I don't want to sound ageist here because I'm one of them myself, so I can't insult anyone. But so maybe trends won't matter as much. They're the type of people like that. A lot of them have seen it all and done it all before, and it's hard to scare them. So they're going to come out to see us anyway, But
they're the cocooners largely, as they've been labelled here.
I mean, I just visited my parents there a couple of days ago. I'm just back, actually. I hate that word cocoon, and the two of them, like they're real rebels. They don't take it on board at all. Like they don't buy into this thing. But they're 94 and 88. They're entitled to their opinion, I think, at this stage of their life.
Wow, 94 and 88. It's amazing.
Yeah, he's still driving it. Well, my dad. The one thing, just for the last 6 months, he can't play the fiddle anymore. He had he had this a growth on between his chest and his arm, and it was not malignant, but it was sort of cancerous. So he's had radiation treatment. Hates hospitals, doesn't trust doctors. This is the first time in his life, in 93 years, he's been in a hospital.
Wow.
I think he was born at home.
My,
So, that's the type of people that you're dealing with, and who am I to go against them at this stage?
Yeah, my mum's dad was the same. He wasn't in hospital or saw a doctor from the minute he was born until a couple of months before he died.
Yeah, and
he lived till 92.
yeah. Well, look, and I don't want to see a doctor either. I'm not a good patient. I mean, it's not out of choice. Just I'm not saying we're like ostriches, like we put our head in the sand and it'll go away. But they're of that generation.
Yeah. Anyway, onto the music. It goes without saying that in terms of Irish banjo, there is no greater what's the word I'm looking for? Influencer? That sounds like a very modern word.
I feel like going right here and say, come out.
I know I promised I wouldn't do this, but there is no greater influence in the development of Irish music than Gerry O'Connor. And it's important to state that. And it's been said many, many times. And for me as a kid, 10 years old, 11 years old, picked up Time to Time, and it changed my world. It absolutely blew the world open musically for me. And you may or may not remember this, but you played in Galway Arts Festival 30 years ago or more with Vinnie Kilduff.
Oh!
And it was amazing.
The two of us. Was it just the two of us?
Just the two of you. It was.
Was it in the Tyvyard?
It was.
And I had a broken ankle from playing. I was on crutches from playing football in Paddy O'Shea's in Bantry. I was on the local soccer team. And Vinny had a hangover and he wore shades.
I remember the shades, and now you mentioned the ankle. I remember the ankle, yeah.
And look, I mean, I'm sort of blushing because, look, isn't it? I mean, I'm grateful that I've at least utilized some modicum of talent that I have to inspire people. Sure, look, I have a litany of people that inspired me as well. And you know what? Every musician, no matter who they are, must have like a mentor or something. Do you know? I mean, I go to a chap for fiddle lessons. He's a classical musician. You know what I mean? It's so important. It really is. But getting back to the banjo, I mean, I was 30 years of age when I recorded that, and when I was growing up, well, I'm nearly I'm 60 this month. So you go back to what, 1968, 69, 1970, 72. I mean, it was just Barney McKenna. I mean, I was 16 or 17 before I met Kieran Hanrahan in his house over in Ennis, and I was just picking away with one of these sort of red, these Herndon picks that looked like that, with a banjo that was like 20 pounds that my uncle had bought me. And you can imagine how I felt when I mean, he was Kieran and Mikey and Paul Roach. I mean, they were like geniuses. The amount of tunes that they had, and I was there was a newspaper, it's still out at the moment, called the Sunday World, and they had this advertisement campaign with a white t-shirt. Are you getting it every Sunday? Hint, hint. No, I used to love this t-shirt, but I arrived down to the Hanrahans with Paddy McNevin, Lord to rest him. He was a Dublin man who happened to come by our village and was going over to Clare, and he saw me as a budding banjo player. Come on, I'm going over to see Kieran Hanrahan. I never heard of him before. So I said, yeah, sure. So I had just been playing hurling and I had my front teeth knocked out, right? So I had stitches on my lip, no front teeth, and a split over my eyebrow as well, right? My hand, my little finger was like this. And yeah, sure, I go over to the Lions Den. And so that was it. So Mrs. Hanrahan said to me, of course, there's tremendous rivalry between Tip and Clare, even back then in the hurling. And Mrs. Hannon took one look at my T-shirt and took one look at me and says, "Jesus, somebody gave it to you anyway." So, but oh gosh, so when I was growing up, there wasn't. I don't know. I look, and like I'm sure every Irish musician knows that's come from a musical family. Like it's just wall to wall music at home. My parents, without the music, they wouldn't have lived to as long as they have. It's part of their social fabric of their life. I mean, our house is like Grand Central Station. You wouldn't know who. I could get down up for breakfast in the morning, and there could be a stranger sitting at the table having breakfast, having come in from the night before from the session when I was growing up. And so, like Seamus Connolly, Paddy O'Brien, they used to live and come to the house. There's so many people used to drop by. It was unbelievable. But that's from a social point of view, like, you know, Daddy playing the fiddle. And so we had music night, noon, and morning. And still when I drop in, she'll have the music program on the radio or something like that. So they tried me on the fiddle when I was about 8, and I just never took to it. And I was more interested in other things, you know, worldly things. And I discovered Radio Luxembourg 208. And so my grandfather gave me a small little radio. So that was under the pillow. So that was like Slade, Rod Stewart, the band, all the Led Zeppelin, everything was going out. You know, I really turned it up loud to drown out the fiddle music that was coming from my father, because he played every night. He played us to sleep. So, but I mean, so banjo, I just, one night in a session in Gary Kennedy, this chap called Larry Ryan from Limerick came out, and it was a banjo in the session. Now, we used to go down with the parents, my brother Mike as well plays, and this new sound, wow, what is that? You know, and it was just, you know, it just needed just something to ignite the interest, you know. I mean, of course, I liked it, and you know, when you're that age, you don't think about being a professional musician or you know, investing so much time into it, you know, be a pastime while I, you know, did something else, you know. So that was it. And then Barney McKenna was the only music then on banjo. I'm talking about like 72, 73.
How, Gerry, coming from a very traditional background, did you get the interest in American and bluegrass music? Because the Time to Time album is not traditional by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, it's...
Jesus, you want to hear the one that came after it?
I did.
You know...
There you go. That's it. The brilliant Gerry O'Connor. So in a couple of minutes, in 7 minutes time, that entire video interview is going to premiere on our YouTube channel. It's a full hour long, so and it's really enjoyable. He has so many interesting things to say. Gerry has done so much musically, both as a solo banjo player with the Dublin Legends most recently, and 4 years with blues guitarist Joe Bonamassa, touring the world, and incredible stories. Really, really great guy. Huge musical influence on me. And happy birthday, Gerry, 60 today. And best wishes from Galway. So that's it from me, folks, for today. Because I'm going swimming in the sea because the sun is shining. I'm not going to miss the opportunity. So yeah, that's it. Hope you're all very well out there. Life is good here in Galway. Lots of stuff happening over on the Wee Banjo 3 Patreon. If you want to go and check that out, for those of you that are already on there, thank you so much for supporting us. And there's a live stream coming up this week there, and there's Thirsty Thursday coming up here on Thursday, funnily enough. I think Martin is on this week, and getting drunk in Michigan and playing mandolin at the same time, apparently. Makes total sense to me. So there you go. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Stay safe.